Good evening. Today is July 3rd, 2014, and this is a video response to a Facebook post. I think I posted the original, and then some other people replied, and then Jennifer Mulligan posted something, and then I wrote a really long, wordy reply, and then I suddenly thought, I shouldn't be typing, I should be creating a short film or a video reply. So, here we go. So Jennifer, I guess it wouldn't surprise me that people would be thinking, ooh, I'm surprised she's here, but to have them actually say it out loud, that's kind of interesting. I guess that has something to do with the different factions that people perceive to exist in the Ottawa filmmaking community. And there are some people who are consummate diplomats and operate probably freely in all three realms. And then there's people like me who are pretty willing to tell it like it is about certain things and vocally, publicly even make statements about displeasure. I mean, when it gets right down to it, Sparta wouldn't exist if I wasn't dissatisfied with certain things in the Ottawa film community. And instead of just creating Sparta without saying anything, I initially said some things. So there are definitely people who I'm aware, they don't want to have anything to do with Sparta because they don't want to have anything to do with me, because people that they know are not inclined to view me with affection. So anyway, that's fine. I mean, when it gets right down to it, it's kind of like if you want to, if you care that much about that relationship that you're going to make movies, but you're going to avoid certain places where you can have them screen. You're going to avoid certain places where you could maybe win some cash and get some feedback from the judges and whatever else I'm going to do in Sparta. I mean, to me, it's silly, point blank silly. If the event had a venue that I wanted to have my movie screened in, I would probably even detest somebody running a festival. And if I knew I was going to get screened, I would be more than happy to participate, because my intention when I make something is to have it screened and sit there and listen to the reaction. So, but I realize some other people are, they're complicated personalities in their own right, and they operate differently than I do. But to have somebody tell you that, oh yeah, I'm surprised to see you here, have that come out of their mouth, that kind of is a bit of a surprise for me. I wish I could get that kind of feedback more routinely. I do every once in a while get something like this, but this took, 2 years for me to get this, 2.5 years? Or no, a year and a half? Anyway, it took more than a year for the information to get to me. But sometimes I'll hear something right away, within a day of somebody uttering something to someone I know, and this other person doesn't know they know me or doesn't realize they would be talking to me. And I get some interesting tidbits back. So that's the fun part. And if people were more receptive to being confronted, I would have a lot of fun confronting people with information that I received. But I know most people don't like to hear it told like it is, so I don't, do that. But it would be fun. Certainly would be fun. If everyone could be a complete adult in the face of criticism, the world would be a much more interesting place. You could go to anyone, anywhere, anytime and say, listen, this is how I feel about this, and they would just take the feedback and either toss it aside, say thank you very much, but I don't think I'm going to do anything with that, or they could accept it freely and make some use of it and tell you thank you. But people are afraid to offer criticism, and it's a real big issue here in Ottawa, as far as I can tell. People post stuff all the time. Here's a film, and they only want to hear positive things. They don't want to hear anybody say anything negative. It's, I think, a maturity thing, like not like child adult, but creative willingness to accept. I mean, if you're making something for public consumption, I think, just my opinion, you ought to be ready to hear what the public has to say, good, bad, or indifferent, and embrace it, because that's the authentic response you're getting. I really don't have a whole lot of interest in people telling me that something I've created, they really like it, when in fact they don't. In fact, that just is, all I'm really interested in is, sure, tell me you liked it, but I also want to hear what didn't work, because I can't improve if I don't know what didn't appeal, especially if I'm trying to make a certain point and I fail utterly because of how I presented it. Anyway, long-winded reply. See, this is why I'm doing a video reply as opposed to typing. I think I'll stop now because I forgot where I was going. That's it. That's all. Bye. Oh, next Sparta XLII. Jennifer, since I'm speaking predominantly to you, but anybody else who's watching, writers would be, I think, an asset, a great asset for any of the filmmakers who are going to compete. I know a lot of filmmakers like to do their own thing. They want to write your own thing. and shoot their own thing and I don't need a writer, but that's cool. I think I would appreciate a writer. In fact, I'm working with one, bouncing an idea back and forth right now, emailing back and forth. But for the next Sparta, there's going to be 42 days of production time. So I don't know. I was trying to think of a way to get writers more actively involved, and I didn't get a lot of warm and fuzzy feedback from the filmmakers. But I think this next Sparta, if maybe Jennifer, if you and your writing friends were to be in contact with filmmakers who could be pushed toward participating in Sparta, that it would be worthwhile doing so because, well, movie will be screened. There will be feedback from the judges. There is a $2,500 minimum cash prize available to the winner. And I don't judge them. I just get the judges together and they decide. So it's always a surprise to me. Although usually whenever I watch, I have an idea, but when I watch them all, the top three, and I think one of the top three always takes first place. So in my opinion, the judges make a good assessment, but who knows, maybe others disagree. Anyway, so Jennifer and writing friends, pushing some filmmakers toward participating would be a good way to get something you want to write onto a screen in front of an audience. That's all I'm saying. Have I talked long enough? Yes, I think I have. Bye.